What's shaking, everyone? So guess what? The riots in Portland are back. The numbers aren't quite there yet, but as I've mentioned in a few of my videos, next weekend could get real spicy with the Proud Boys potentially showing up. But in this video here, we got an instance where the Proud Boys did something great and exposed Antifa as just being Antifa, Black Lives Matter, whatever you really want to call the collective nowadays. Just a whole bunch of anarchists, really. Anarchists who have no coherent message, no point, and they just want to cause violence. And I got a few stories up here that kind of illustrate that a lot better than any sort of conspiracy theorist out there could hope to. And before we dig right into that, I just want to thank everybody for your continued support lately. It's been tremendous, and it makes me feel like I'm doing a great job out here. And if you guys believe so, or if there's any other topics that you'd like for me to cover, feel free to drop them in that comment section down below. I am open to talk about absolutely anything. It doesn't matter how niche or how broad it is. And while you're down there, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button or dropping a like if you like the video, hey, it makes me feel, once again, like I'm doing a good thing, because speaking your mind, if you have your arguments in order, is never a bad thing. But let's just go ahead. This was pretty sick. No other way to describe it, really. A random ass dude who was a Black Lives Matter supporter, or whatever you want to, designate them. I've got a few ideas in my head, but this is YouTube after all. Anyways, Bungalow Joe's owner in disbelief after 3 men killed in a totally random shooting at a restaurant. And by all accounts and all the information out there right now, this was just some angry dude who fucking walked in who was supportive of the Black Lives Matter cause, and fucking 3 people who were on the patio just had to bear the brunt of this guy's unfettered rage. So Joe Bishop was still in disbelief the day after 3 customers were killed in a shooting at his restaurant, Bungalow Joe's Bar and Grill. I don't know if anybody else out there has a Joe that owns a store, or a restaurant rather. Is it always like Jungle Joe's, Bungalow Joe's, always some kind of, Caribbean flair to it? I don't know. There's been a couple of instances up here in the city where I live, and I just wonder if that's something common everywhere else. Anyways, let's get back to the more depressing topic at hand. I didn't think I'd be scrubbing blood off my patio on a Saturday morning. Ugh. Bishop told WDRB News, "I thought I was getting ready for everybody to watch the ball game." Oh, of course we all do. Bishop said he had just gone to sleep when he got a call around 11:15 Friday evening from one of his managers about a shooting at the restaurant. Well, what the fuck is Joe gonna do about it? Call the cops, you asshole. When he got to the scene, one of the victims has been rushed to the hospital and the other 2 were lying on the patio. According to Bishop, it was a normal Friday night at Bungalow Joe's where a man walked up to the restaurant and shot 3 customers, all men, who were sitting in the patio area at point blank range. Fucking disgusting. I know I've made some jokes here about this, but man, like, you just take a look. This was clearly just this sick motherfucker, Michael Rhines, just shooting Torian Jermaine Hudson, 26 years old, William Scott Smallwood, 48 years old, and Stephen Matthews, 24. No pattern, no reason. I couldn't find any video of the instance, but fuck, man, I don't think that they were sitting at the same table. There was no, looking at them, I'm sure that Torian Hudson might be a black guy. I don't know. I'm just going based off the name, but old Willie Smallwood and oh man, maybe Stephen Head and Willie Smallwood know each other. But yeah, outside of that, for all accounts, this all seems random. And this story here, I read through it, and I'll save you all the trouble. It's just standard reporting, but they don't want to make any claims that this guy was a Black Lives Matter supporter. And some additional photos I came across. That's the man right there. I'll stand for the anthem when the anthem stands for me. Sure seems like he's sympathetic to the cause. Why didn't you want to put Black Lives Matter / Antifa in the title? But, of course, the Gateway Pundit never wants to not jump on the sensationalist bandwagon. Listen, they're kind of fun. The Gateway Pundit kind of reminds me of the old, what's that, fucking Bat Boy magazine, National Post, that kind of shit. Whatever the fuck they were called. You guys know, Bat Boy and all that tabloid shit. But they tend to get this right every once in a while. A couple of their contributors are pretty good, so I don't want to drag them too bad. But look at this piece of shit right there. This alleges that he was in a Justice for Breonna Taylor shirt when he walked up and killed those people at a quarter after 11 Friday night, smiling ear to ear. He was found crawling in the bushes. A total fucking nut job. Exactly like the type of people that Black Lives Matter and Antifa tend to recruit for their more guerrilla style tactics. Like, we all remember the story of good old Grandma's Boy, who Nana bought him a tactical vest, and allegedly he was handed a firework to throw at the federal courthouse. Now, he claims he didn't know that it was an explosive, but the fact is you were still going to be throwing a firework, which is a low-grade explosive, at the building, and you're not going to take any responsibility for that? Okay, I don't quite buy his story, but the fact that Black Lives Matter and Antifa recruits the mentally unstable to take out most of their ground level opponents or carry out their ground level actions is kind of undeniable fact at this point. Like, I'd be open for discussion down below or anywhere else, but man, I think that's done and dusted right now. There's no real point into digging into the rest of this article because it's just more like, I'll just show you here. It's a statement from the owner of the bar, Joe Bishop. He wants to be as neutral as possible because, to be fair, there's not a lot of facts about this right now. It's mostly just speculation going off the fact that he was wearing a Justice for Breonna Taylor shirt, and he's, according to the Twitter post, man, he's sympathetic to the cause. So you can only attribute this to 3 more people getting killed by Black Lives Matter / Antifa sympathizers. I wanted to bring this up because it is just another instance of the sick depravity of these fucking lunatics that are out there that need to be stopped, to use some of their own verbiage, by any means necessary. But when I say it, I mean illegally. Feds need to start cracking down on these fucking nut jobs. But what can actually be done about somebody who I can only assume wasn't a registered member of NRA heading down there with a handgun and blowing away 3 individuals? So I definitely feel bad for the families of the 3 people. They clearly did nothing wrong, but let's not linger on that. That just exposes Black Lives Matter / Antifa as being completely aimless with their goals. They don't give a flying fuck who they fight. They claim to be fighting anti-fascists, and, well, here's another story from the weekend. Antifa show up at a non-existent Proud Boys rally in Philadelphia, attacks the media instead. All they want to do is fight. All they want to do is cause a ruckus and destruction. They're not after fascists, even though they're the ones being fascists. I know, real cliche at this point, but it needs to be said because they are, they aren't the good guys. The media paints them as being these peaceful protesters, and what the Proud Boys did was fucking genius. They said that they were going to be coming down to Clark Park in Western Philadelphia and holding a peaceful rally, which they are totally allowed to do, and for an overwhelming majority of the time, they've had one instance where they initiated violence, which I explained in a couple of videos ago, but Antifa showed up at their counter rally, and one of the Proud Boys threw the first punch, and it ended up in a big melee. And, well, as you can see by the picture here taken, Antifa was coming out in the numbers, hoping to cause a similar situation, which they hope that they can recreate next Saturday in Portland, where the Proud Boys have widely advertised that they're going to be having another peaceful protest rally. I hate to call anything the right of Stalin a rally because, the Klan used to have rallies and right, well, shut up. Like I said, if there's going to be any sort of, right versus left clash here in the near future, and the media is just going to smear them because they keep saying that these are anti-fascist peaceful protesters, even though women were attacked, they had their hair pulled. There's so many videos out there, it's fucking ridiculous. The media is just going to continue to hold their water for them. So if you people out there are serious about making sure that everybody knows loud and clear, Antifa is the ground level activist wing for the Democratic Party, plain and simple. And if nobody else is going to say it, fuck it, I will. And anybody who is nice enough to be watching this video, if you want to share this message, by all means. There's nothing that's going to stop these people from random acts of violence except for getting the message out there. Anyways, I'll end it there, guys. I want you to thank you if you made it this far. If you want to hit that like button if you appreciated the information that was spread here today, or hey, like I said earlier, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, it does a tremendous amount for me. Shameless plugs out of the way now, so we'll end her there. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you guys to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.